leaders, it's David here, and today I want to talk to you about the leadership tool of growth zones. So growth zones is just a simple diagram that helps us understand how do we grow ourselves, how do we grow others, or how do we even grow an organization? Did you know that there are some ways that actually don't grow us very well? There's certain ways that we can treat situations where we actually don't grow. And there's also certain ways that we can treat situations where we actually are crippled by the growth. We are terrified and it hurts us because we push ourselves beyond a limit. Now let's use this example of heights. Let's say that we're trying to help somebody to overcome their fear of heights. Now, if we put them in a comfort zone, that might be like, hey, we're gonna put you on a box that is 1 foot off the ground, and we're gonna help you overcome your fear of heights by standing on this box. Well, you know what? For most people, if they're afraid of heights, they're probably not gonna be afraid of being 1 foot off of the ground. This is what we would call the comfort zone. We're not really pushing them outside of their limits, and they're not really challenged to grow because they're really in their comfort zone, right? And so we can think about ourselves, we can think about others, we can think about the business. A lot of times we like to stay in our comfort zone. We like to be comfortable. We don't want to be challenged. But unfortunately, when we're in our comfort zone, there's not much of any growth that happens there. Now, on the other extreme, sometimes we can push people into their panic zone. We can push them so far out of where they're comfortable that it actually hurts their growth. Now think about this, if I'm afraid of heights and all of a sudden you say, okay, I'm gonna help you over your fear of heights, I'm gonna go take you bungee jumping, or I'm gonna go take you skydiving, you might cripple that person forever for being, to overcome their fear of heights because they're just so terrified. You pushed them outside of not just their comfort zone, but you pushed them into a panic zone where they have no growth because they're so fearful, they're so terrified of the situation that they've been put in. Oftentimes you can think of yourself in that situation, or others, or the business. You can think about the times where we've stretched ourselves way past our comfort zone that is actually detrimental, and people pull back and they don't grow because they feel over challenged, or they feel overstimulated, or pushed beyond what they're even able to comprehend or feel comfortable with. And then really this middle zone is really where we want to be. This is the learning zone. This is where we push people outside of their comfort zone, but not beyond their panic zone. So again, going back to the analogy of somebody who's afraid of heights, it might be that we take them up on top of a building where there's railings, or something that's there to support them, but they can experience being at a higher level. This might help them to have the safety of being able to experience heights, but also at the same time push them a little bit out of where they're comfortable. And this is again ideal for both individuals or for others, or even as a business. We want to always push ourselves outside of our comfort zone just enough where we begin to challenge ourselves, really feel like we're learning and growing and really achieving a higher level because we're in that learning zone. So again, as you think about how you challenge yourselves, how you challenge others in the business, or even how we grow our business, that's where we want to live in, is that learning zone. We don't want to be comfortable, but we also don't want to be so far stretched that we're fearful, or that we are paralyzed by our challenge. We want to live in that learning zone where we can grow ourselves, where we can grow others, and we can grow the business. So again, that's the whole idea of growth zones. I hope that is a great tool that you can put into your leadership toolkit. Thank you again, as always, for all that you do to serve us here at Chick-fil-A.